Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Zenfin, XDC, and Xswap XSP. And sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Now, with that being said, let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, we are going to start a little bit off with XDC, talking more so about price and things like that. And then we're going to go to Xswap. But, overall, it looks like a completely different story with XDC compared to XSP. Now, XDC is doing pretty good overall, kind of just sitting sideways, trading momentum, if you will. I've been addressing this with a lot of altcoins that are kind of stuck in the same pattern until, of course, we do see a major breakout event. I do believe that XDC will see that eventually. I think that right now we're kind of watching, some OG legacy assets kind of, make a mark on the market. And then, of course, we are watching, Bitcoin closely. Now, with this, doesn't mean that we can't make a ton of money on some other, Zenfin tokens. For an example, Xswap protocol up 40% almost today. We were talking about this for a very long time, going back as far as January. So, this thing has been doing fairly well. We were kind of, talking about it around this point here. More so, I was talking about getting in at around the ground floor level of like 0.003. We got all the way down to about almost 0.0020. For the most part, this was a very great buy point here. But we were accumulating this for a little bit of time. I'm not saying that, we were extremely early. I'm just saying, when we are talking about this asset, we are seeing a major breakout event going as far back as those January timeframes. So this looks very good. Looks like we are going to be targeting some higher numbers here. But we are waiting that mainnet launch, and I was addressing that during this entire time. Through here, everyone was kind of skeptical on this asset. This is actually my first choice with my, $1,000 to, $100,000 mission. This is the asset that I chose for the first one. So I'm waiting for this to do a 10x plus. I'm watching this very, very closely. Now, with this in mind, where are my targets at on Xswap? Well, first off, we're looking at, the all-time highs going back as far as December being almost 1.5 cents. Let's target the all-time highs first, then go from there. But for the most part, I will say this. If this could truly battle in terms of becoming the next Uniswap, this could be upwards of 129x or even possibly PancakeSwap, which we've addressed a little bit slightly as well, which could be a 55x around 38 cents. I think that that is a pretty conservative level, but I am watching for, a 10x opportunity real quick on this asset. My average buy point was about 0.0036 like that. But if we are talking about a 10x opportunity, it would be about 3.5 cents roughly, or a market cap of 175.3 million. I think that that's bare minimum though. So I'm actually watching this closely. I will pull out my initial investment at around this price and let the rest ride. Of course, that is the way that I really kind of do things. That is my trading mechanism. But I will say this: when we are talking about Xswap protocol, I definitely think that this is an incredible opportunity. And like I said, it is a project that a lot of individuals do have their eyes on. It's one of my main ones that I'm really kind of watching for. And we do see here below are a few facts about Xswap protocol. The first automated market maker for XRC20 tokens built on the XDC blockchain. Xswap protocol is the Uniswap of the XDC/Zenfin blockchain, audited by TradeTech, mainnet launch any day now, and lightning fast and very cheap. If you guys used Uniswap before, I'm not taking anything away from Uniswap. I'm just saying if you've used it before, you know that it is a little bit dodgy. It's, a little rough, to be honest with you. It's slow. But again, these are assets that have done massive runs. I mean, honestly, Uniswap at one point in time, just in 2021 was sitting at around $43. Okay, and I'm just saying right now, if we go to Uniswap at $43, okay, so let's actually address this real quick. So $43, this had a market cap of about 19.3 or $19.6 billion in market cap valuation. I'm just saying if Xswap protocol ever hit that market cap valuation, let me put the circulating supply in. I believe it is 4.87 billion. So if we're talking about this at around that market cap valuation, we're looking at about a $4 Xswap protocol token with an upside of 592x. That is absolutely parabolic. But I will say this, a $19.6 billion market cap is nothing in the long term. I mean, I think that that is something that's very possible. If I do hold Xswap protocol long term, I will let you guys know. But taking out my initial investment, hodling long term, that's totally fine with me. This is not a race for $1,000 to $100,000. It's just my overall end goal, taking 1K to 100K. And I do think that Xswap protocol is one of the most incredible opportunities for that. Like I said, 100x opportunity for me is something that has the potential to truly disrupt or revolutionize a mechanism that is already within this market. And I definitely do think that Xswap protocol could truly rival PancakeSwap or even, Uniswap. So I'm watching this closely, of course, do your own research, know what you hold, and so forth. But we know that this could be the number one, swap protocol like PancakeSwap or Sushi, but of course for the XDC network. And of course, here's those tokenomics for you guys: 47% ecosystem, 23% token sale, 20% partnerships and listings, and then 10% team and founders. So I definitely think that this could, at some point in time hit at least the top 50 in terms of market cap, which is still a great opportunity. I mean, realistically speaking, that's an 85x. That's $1,000 to $85,000. So of course, like I said, do your own research. These returns are not guaranteed or anything like that. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys that this is definitely one opportunity that you should definitely look at, especially from the idea on what Xswap protocol really does for the Zenfin network. I do think that this is that interconnectivity layer between, all the XDC or XRC20 tokens in general. And I definitely think that this is going to be something to really continue to watch for, especially as the mainnet is about to go live. We do see, TradeTech bridges the technology gap in the $15 trillion trade finance market. Huge on-chain transaction volume coming. The XDC price will be insane. 1.5 billion processes volume, 30,000 plus invoices financed, 5,000 plus corporates funded. This is the XDC way. So obviously, with Xswap protocol being a great overall swap network, I think that XDC as a token definitely has a bright future as well. Because don't get me wrong, with XDC, kind of sitting stable, kind of trading sideways, not having a great day similar to like Xswap, I do think that the overall end goal here for XDC is really kind of, watching the trade finance area. I think that this is going to be something very, very, value driven. Whatever asset could potentially disrupt this area, and really bring those efficiencies is going to be the chosen one. And XDC is the only token, or I should say Zenfin is the only network really, I would say that is being acquired in this area for this use case. And that is telling me that the XDC token itself is going to drive in value to the upside. So, and we also, I just tweeted out recently talking about XDC. Actually, I mentioned this, right? I said, are we forgetting that Andre Casterman mentioned this month will be huge for the revolution of trade finance with Zenfin in mind? I am waiting patiently because we still have not seen that announcement just yet from Andre Casterman, but he did say it's going to happen within March. So I'm waiting patiently on the sidelines for that. And we do see here, don't forget that TradeTech opened an office in Dubai recently. This will bode well for XDC network. I speculate we'll see news arising from this move sooner than later. And this could possibly be the news that we are waiting for. Who knows? But we do see here, this goes back to January 19th, TradeTech, the leading technology provider for bank asset distribution, has selected United Arab Emiratis as a base to service its clients in the Middle East, Africa, and Indian subcontinent. Mattia Tamba, head of Asia at TradeTech, has worked at TradeTech for 4 years and previously worked for firms such as Qatar's Sovereign Wealth Fund, Qatari Dier, Goldman Sachs Group, and Bank of America Merrill Lynch. And then we do see the Africa, Middle East, and South Asia region is expanding very fast economically. The new office is a key step in continuing our rapid global growth as we move to reduce corporate credit and trade finance transaction costs through cutting-edge trading automation technology. I want you guys to all realize where TradeTech is really kind of positioning themselves with, of course, Zenfin technology in mind as well. We know that this is all through tokenization. Zenfin as a network is going to be perfectly positioned for tokenization through the XDC token. And I'm very excited to watch this really unfold because this is a massive market. I really want you guys to realize that this is truly a massive breakthrough disruption within a $1 trillion, market, a $19 trillion market. And we do see here, XDC Network joins the Global TFD Initiative, a consortium of trade originators, credit issuers, and institutional funders. We welcome Zenfin's XDC Network to TFD Initiative, as this enables us to bridge the US $19 trillion trade finance asset class. Guys, focus on the overall end goal here. It isn't us sitting at a $631 million market cap. It's not even us sitting at a $6.3 billion market cap. It's us sitting at a $1 trillion plus market cap. I've said this all the time, right? You got to look at the fundamentals behind a lot of these tokens. I mean, even, realistically speaking, right? If we had the market cap of XRP, we would be sitting at about $3.28, a 63x from our current levels. That is bare minimum prices. I want you to realize that I've always compared XDC to XRP simply because of the position that we are in this market right now. Not a lot of people are talking about XDC. People think that XDC is a dead token. They don't think that Zenfin's going anywhere. I've seen a lot of FUD within this, market as well on XDC, but we've seen the same exact thing during 2017 and 2018 with XRP. This is why I compare these two so well, because not only are they both being absolutely, adopted and they are disrupting these $1 trillion markets, but we are seeing the same exact thing play out that we've seen back in 2017 and 2018. In fact, let's actually go over to XRP real quick. So, let's go back to 2017, 2018 real quick for XRP, right? So here we have 2017, 2018. Okay, now XRP back here topped out around the May time frame of about 40 cents. XDC currently has its topping point back in, of course, August 19th. Now things are a little bit positioned, a little bit differently than 2017 and 2018. It's not identical, but this traded sideways for a very long time. In fact, from May all the way to around December, roughly 7 months without massive price influxes. And then we had that massive breakout event. Currently, from August to now, it's been roughly, it's been like almost 7 months now without any massive price appreciation. We're trading sideways, no massive price breakout. There's not a ton of volume in. We are still seeing a lot of talks around XDC being utilized as a massive asset. Development is continuing. There's major updates. There's a ton of things that could possibly lead to FOMO. During this time in XRP's price, range, there was not a lot of talks around XRP being utilized for really anything. There's not a lot of bullish, news. It was just the market sentiment. And right now, as everything is kind of trading sideways, there's a few breakout events. Like right now, XRP is having a nice, 5% run. But for the most part, the entire market is kind of sitting stable in this, sideways momentum, similar to 2017, 2018. Now, I'm not trying to compare contrast the price appreciation of XDC to XRP. I'm just saying, when we see this major spike followed by massive sideways trading, it usually leads to a major breakout event, similar to what we've seen back in 2017, 2018. Now, of course, like I said, this was roughly 7 months of sideways trading until it finally broke out. It was technically 8 months to the topping point. But XDC, trading sideways from, roughly August, and it wasn't even trading sideways. This is just a massive downward trend, followed by sideways trading that started within the, February timeframe. But this, doing this major move like this back here in the summertime, for us to kind of consolidate this long, tells me that a major pump is actually building. And, I'm really watching this market closely because it's been already 7 months of just, downward trend sideways trading for XDC, while we are seeing massive development happening. And also, we have been seeing not relistings, but listings of XDC on some major exchanges, and we've seen this during the December, January timeframe. I would say that the price appreciation for XDC is going to happen once we see a confirmation along the board, especially with Bitcoin, to be back in that alt season run. But I definitely do think that a lot of the top 3 assets in my portfolio They will be derived as, major altcoins that follow the alt season run, but also they're going to be utility gems that are focused on trillion-dollar plus assets or markets. And that's the assets that I do like to hold. Like I even said this yesterday on Twitter. I was talking to you guys about, holding specific assets, and these are the 3X's that you want in your portfolio. XRP, XDC, XLM. These three are going to be incredible assets to hold, especially, for the future of this market, but also to understand what they are truly, focused on within, their specific markets, which again, trade finance is XDC's choice, and it's a $19 trillion market, and we're sitting, right now currently at like a $600 million market cap. So just do the math, understand what you hold, and with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.